Now, if you're looking at this video, you've probably come here looking for information regarding cardio and weight loss or fat loss. Let's face it, we're looking to lose fat, not weight. If we're losing weight, it generally tends to be more muscle than fat. So if you're here looking for information on fat loss, you've found the answer. Because the answer has to be cardio, or at least it has to be some form of cardio. Now remember, cardio is anything that causes you to breathe deeper, to breathe more intensely than if you were sat on your sofa at home watching a movie, okay? So, by its very nature, walking is cardio. Faster walking is cardio, jogging is cardio, sprints is cardio, anything, aerobics, anything that causes you to feel challenged. So when you're speaking, it's harder than normal. You may be feeling that you're struggling to hold a conversation. It's a good way to indicate, to give you an idea how much effort you're putting into your cardio by exactly how much effort it is for you to talk. So you must have a form of cardio. Now, cardio, I like to distinguish. I like to put cardio in a different bucket than I do weight training, okay, or muscle building, because muscle building will in fact help you lose weight, but only marginal compared to the kind of energy that's required or calories that you're going to burn doing cardio. So if you're looking to lose weight, or if you're over 50, just maintain your weight without gaining weight, and that's what over 50-year-olds tend to do, because their energy demands become less, they move less, often they're told to move less, but they eat the same, or out of boredom they even eat more. So what happens to most 50-plus-year-olds, and it gets worse as you get older, you will gain weight. That's the norm. That is the normal. You will gain weight. Unless you fight back, okay? Now don't forget, over 40, we can be losing as much as 1% of our muscle mass a year. That can be, a guide, but it can be a little bit less, it can be a lot more, depending on your lifestyle. It also depends on your diet. If you're moving very little and you're eating a diet that's very low in protein, then you can expect to lose far more than that. So, for all of us, we must have some form of cardio, and that goes for youngsters as well. Why do youngsters tend to have few issues with weight gain? It's because their metabolism is faster and they move a lot more. They're more active than us older folks. So we need to bear that in mind. We're also fighting against sarcopenia, natural weight muscle loss as we age. So you need to have cardio, all right? Make sure that you're safe to proceed. Make sure you've got a doctor's clearance. This is general information. It's not specifically for you, because I don't know who you are. This is general information, so get a clearance, get your doctor to sign off for you. And in some cases, I recommend that you seek specialized individual training for yourself based on your needs. But if we're talking general, we need to have cardio, okay? And cardio, if we're starting at the bottom, is movement. So what is our base movement? It's leg raises. You can still be by your sofa, not sat on it, watching your favorite Netflix or TV show, and just stand up and do some leg raises. If your balance is a problem, hold on to the side of a chair, hold on to your loved one, a frame, anything if you need it, but keep your balance and do leg raises, okay? Which means that you're standing flat on your feet, and then you're lifting your heels up away from the floor, and you're essentially on the balls of your feet, and then down to the start position, which is again flat-footed, and then up again onto the balls of your feet. That's a leg raise. That's a form of cardio, especially if you increase the tempo. That is good cardio, and you're actually developing your calf muscles, yeah? So up from that, walking. Walking is the base for most people. We need to walk. Now you can walk at home, you can walk up and down the stairs if you're able, and you can walk outside and get some sunlight, maybe don't get too much sunlight. But get outdoors and do your walking. Yeah. So commonly known as steps. So this needs to be your base, okay? Now, if you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to maintain your weight, as in you're not going to get fat or fatter, then you must have a form of cardio. And as I said, lifting weights or weight training is no replacement for cardio. You'll see that most programs, once they start looking for fat loss, they introduce cardio, and the more aggressive their fat loss, the more cardio they have. You must have a form of cardio, even if it's walking. It simply means if you're just doing walking or leg raises, you're going to have to do a lot more than if you're doing a higher intensity cardio workout, which would be fast-paced walking or speed walking, incline treadmill. Then we get into jogging, and then we get into running, then we get into sprints. So it really depends on your preference and, of course, your time. I did an experiment some time back where I just tried to lose weight just doing leg raises, and I was successful. I got down from 14% body fat to 12.9, well, let's say 13% body fat, because those bioscales are not 100% accurate. But let's say I lost 1% of body fat just doing leg raises, and of course a small calorie deficit. That was successful, but my legs, is it emphysema? My legs, my ankles, they swelled up. I was retaining water, basically inflammation, because I was just doing too much, putting too much work onto my joints. So, there's always a balance. If you're going to do leg raises, in my experience, you want to combine it with walking, and that alleviates that problem. So you must have a form of cardio. Now, cardio, we start with walking, and then we progress, or we have walking and we have interval training, which will be walking, faster walking, jogging. We bring our heart rate up to our maximum heart rate, which is important. That's another video, our maximum heart rate. Especially if you're new to training, you do not go over your maximum heart rate. Once you hit your maximum heart rate, you bring it down, you drop a gear, whether that be stopping, resting, or walking, or leg raising, and we're bringing our heart rate under 100. I think it's fairly safe and acceptable to say under 100 will be the place that we're considered rested, and then we go again, okay? So let's get fit, let's get in shape, let's lose some weight, or let's maintain our weight and not get piggy, fatty, and let's get active.